Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you very much. Coming in again this Wednesday morning to talk some health and wellness.
Health and wellness and all things beauty. This week I'm doing a special week on beauty, and I guess it can be sort of skin deep, I suppose, because really how we can look can often be reflected on how we feel on the inside. So today I'm going to speak about baggy eyes. Are they telling you something? So you know these little bulges under the eyes.
Yes,
not dark circles, but actual little puffy.
Yeah, when you get the puffy eyes.
Yeah. So some people do call them puffy eyes, okay, and they can vary in severity. Some people can have just a little bit, and you've probably seen people who've got like really baggy eyes there. So the actual clinical or medical term for them is festoon. Didn't know that. So a festoon or baggy eyes, let's call them that. It's probably easier to say, isn't it? A lot of people feel that, it's quite an unpleasant thing to maybe look at if you have that, and you might feel that it's aesthetically...
it just makes you look a bit tired. It
just
makes you look constantly fatigued, I think.
Exactly, but the worrying thing is it's not just a case of being vain, because festoons or baggy eyes actually can broadcast a message of being sick or tired, like you said tired. So when you project a certain image, it's natural to begin to embody that image, I think. So if you look tired, you start to feel tired and act tired, right? You just start to have that whole vibe about you. So it's important to get to the root of why this is actually happening. So there's quite a few contributing factors of why you might have these baggy eyes. So sun exposure is actually one of them. Smoking is a big indicator. Genetics and, unfortunately, aging. So there's actually a structural problem beneath the surface of your eyelid for why you have this. And it's believed that the underlying muscle causes stress in the overlying skin on that specific part of your face. So that's what I mean about it maybe being genetically there already. So with time and exposure to sun, or perhaps smoking, because smoking, you might think, why would smoking affect it? Well, remember, when you smoke, you effectively clog up your arteries, which affects blood supply to your body. So this has a massive impact on every part of your body, whether it's how colourful your skin is. If you think about someone who smokes, their skin can often be quite jaundiced, quite grey almost. And again, that goes to something like those bags under the eyes. There's not fluid getting there, blood supply getting there. So all these things start to add up, and the swelliness and puffiness can vary as well depending on the day or the month, or again, if that person slept or not. But it's not just coming from sleep, right? As we've said here, it's actually a structural problem that's already there. So, considering the cause then of how you can have these, let's also consider that eye creams, gels, and other external treatments can therefore be ineffective because they're just going on the top of the surface. Yeah? They're not actually getting to the problem of why you have this. Something that I haven't mentioned there is also hydration. So I always talk about drinking water, but being properly hydrated does really affect your skin. So, okay, sure, you've got a structural problem there anyway, but if you don't smoke and you are younger and you don't have a huge amount of sun exposure and you drink quite a lot of water, you're less likely to have it. Don't just accept that, I'm doomed to have these baggy eyes, yeah? That makes sense?
Yeah.
So there's different things you can have done. I mean, I think like surgery and things like that, it can be obviously a little bit on the serious side, but definitely if you feel that they're really affecting your appearance, talk to a doctor. But there are some natural remedies. I like natural remedies. So believe it or not, tea. So basically, caffeinated tea helps constrict blood vessels and reduce swelling. Okay, so herbal tea, it actually contains anti-irritants that soothe redness inflammation. So what I would say is steep 2 tea bags of your choice, okay, in water, and then let them cool down until the bags are comfortably warm to the touch, and then lie down, close your eyes, and place a tea bag over each eye. I have tried this. And then cover it with a soft cloth. So if you're going to go for like an English tea, you're going to end up with a darker looking sort of colour. So I would probably stick to like the herbal teas for that one. Okay. Definitely. And during the hot months, you can put these tea bags in the fridge and then place them over your eye. It might sound weird and wonderful, but these things do tend to work.
Yeah, you do see it on films and things like that.
Yes, normally you see cucumbers and things.
I was going to say, I was thinking cucumbers going to make an emergence at some point.
It is actually. I'm going to tell you that one right now. So cucumbers, from the vegetable bin, here it comes. Cucumbers are 95% water, so just think about, you've ever had a facial in a spa, so relaxing when they put nice cold cucumbers on your eyes, and it's hydrating. It just puts a bit more moisture onto your eye area. So there's also astringent properties in cucumber that helps the blood vessels to constrict, again, become tight. That's what you want. You want constriction so it becomes tight. So lean back, obviously rest your head and close each eye and put your cucumber, just a slice of cucumber on each eye. And similar to that is actually teaspoons. You might have heard about this, like a cold teaspoon, yeah? So it's anything that was just going to soothe and take inflammation down. So if you think about this, it's all cold things I'm telling you. Tea bag because of the properties that are in tea. Cucumber because of the properties that are in a cucumber, and teaspoon basically because it's cold and metal.
Not the properties of the teaspoon.
Yes, exactly. So again, use it, and it's the perfect size. A teaspoon is a perfect size just to place there. So put them in the fridge first of all before you do it. But this one's going to maybe throw you a little bit, and that is egg whites.
Okay.
Yeah. So it could be a souffle for your face, perhaps.
Face souffle.
Yeah. So you can whip up 1 or 2 egg whites until they're like stiff, like you do meringues. Yeah. And basically, you can apply this with a brush or a soft cloth under each eye. Okay, and the skin basically becomes tight around there. So again, you would lie down for a while. So you're doing these things when you've got time, like maybe you're going to bed or you're relaxing.
Not just on the way out to work.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it when you've got visitors coming in 5 minutes and you've got tea bag stains on your eyes. But yeah, so these can effectively makes it a little bit tighter under the eye area, which they think could work. If you feel that you're in a bit of a rush and you're on the way to work and these eyes are looking a bit puffy, you might not have a lot of time to do all these treatments, right? So cold water, if you splash cold water, again, that's constricting blood vessels, which reduces swelling. And you know when they say throw some cold water on your face, it wakens you up. But also if you're maybe in a bit of a flap, it cools you down as well. It's just a mental thing, isn't it? It's like, splash some water on your face. It actually constricts those blood vessels and makes your face feel a little bit tight again. Yeah, so it's not a bad thing to try if you're in a bit of a rush. And I know I always speak about water, but you really have to drink a lot of water. Yeah, I've said this before. Water is really important.
Anything skin related, H2O is the way forward.
Absolutely, I think you really need to do that. And something that people are finding a lot of, they're eating a lot of salt. We spoke about this a few weeks ago, didn't we? Salt. I'm talking about salt can actually be used in a good way here. So you can actually mix half a teaspoon of salt into warm water. Okay, and then dip this into like cotton balls, like little or facial little cosmetic pads, and then lie down and apply this to the area again, so to the eyelids and then underneath the eye area, and just rest for 10 minutes. Tend to think that the reason that festoons, I've said it's a structural imbalance anyway, but it can go away. However, if you're doing these things, it should help complement it, and why not put it into like your routine? And there's a couple of extra things you can do at nighttime. You can help keep your head elevated, because if you're sleeping a lot on your eyes and your face down, it can actually make it worse as well. I found this in the research that I found. And vigorously rubbing your eyeballs is not going to help either. You're stimulating pressure to that area, and it's going to bulge up a little bit there. So just think about your eyes. They're beautiful. One more thing I might suggest is let's give our eyes a break. We're constantly on our phones, on our computers, we're driving, we're using our eyes all the time, but give them a little bit of a break. Yeah, every hour you're on a computer, you should take 5 minutes of a break. Okay, stare out the window, close your eyes, meditate if you have to, stroll, enjoy the fresh air of an air conditioning unit. Yeah. But no, I think giving your eyes a rest can help as well. Like, our eyes are overused, so that could be another reason there's a lot of fluid gathering there.
What I really want is people to try and test this at home and send us pictures, please, of say your mother or your or your dad sat with teaspoons on his eyes, just seeing what look like an alien.
A teaspoon. Well, listen, my favourite is a teaspoon. It does work. It cools it down. And if you ever close your eyes and they feel like they're stinging,
yes,
that is a really nice one just to relax. And cucumber is really nice when you're having, I've said a facial, but if you're at home and you've got you're having a bath, for example, you could put two slices of cucumbers on there, and it just helps to relieve. So let's see some of those pictures.
Yeah, please, 92126 at QF Radio 2 on Twitter. Thank you very much, Lindsay. We'll be chatting with you again next week, next Monday.
Yes.
Have a good weekend.